Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has finally arrived in theatres, and there's a lot to break down in Sam Raimi's latest film. The ending, the post-credit scenes, and the multiversal events are just a few elements that need further discussion, and I'm going to be breaking it all down and explaining what happened. As a warning, this analysis will contain spoilers, so if you do happen to be someone who hasn't seen Doctor Strange 2 yet, then I would recommend watching this video after you've seen it. But if you want to keep up to date on all of my videos surrounding upcoming projects from Marvel and DC, including the newly released Doctor Strange 2, then don't forget to support this upload by giving it a like rating, subscribing to the channel, and turning on your notifications. Also, feel free to check me out on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and Instagram at Cortex Videos, which is all linked in the description below. But without further ado, let's dive into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness Explained. So after Loki and Spider-Man No Way Home gave us our introductions to different multiversal elements, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness may be suggesting that the MCU multiverse has ended. This film very much tackles the fallback of Doctor Strange's actions and what it could mean going forward in future MCU projects. In the Multiverse of Madness, Strange, America Chavez, and another universe's version of Christine Palmer, a part of Earth 838, are in search of the Book of Vishanti, which is a powerful weapon that can give sorcerers the exact magic they need. This is the exact book we see in the opening scene, with another version of Steven in Defender Strange and America Chavez trying to reach it to defeat Gargantos. Doctor Strange of our universe sees this in his dream and thinks that it's too weird to be true, but as explained later by Wanda, the dreams they have are actually different versions of themselves from different universes. A pretty cool idea, and Strange himself will soon realise that when Chavez and the body of Defender Strange show up on their version of Earth, that it is actually real. Chavez does come to our Earth as she has the ability to travel the multiverse, with her Strange dying in the process, and it's our Doctor Strange that comes in contact with her and soon understands the greater threat. Christine Palmer's wedding day is disrupted and they eventually defeat Gargantos, but in the aim of recruiting Wanda Maximoff, Strange realises that the Scarlet Witch wants the powers of Chavez so that she can be with her children in another universe. And with her consumed by the Darkhold, that book which we saw in the post-credit scenes of WandaVision that contains a great evil power, it seems that getting the Book of Vishanti is the only way that they can stop her from ripping the multiverse apart. Chavez can't control her multiverse travelling powers at first, and this leads to them travelling to another version of Earth. This happens at the Carmitage when they were about to be hurt by Wanda after she attacks them, and America Chavez always opens a portal just as things are about to go south. This is never truly explained with much logic, but like a lot of the supporting characters here, they are mainly there to serve as plot devices. They find themselves in what will eventually be designated Earth 838, with the Earth that we know being Earth 616. So when they arrive, they try to find Earth 838's version of Doctor Strange, only to find out that he has died and has a statue to honour him, reading that he died fighting Thanos in this particular universe. But we soon learn that this wasn't the truth. Earth 838's Illuminati get their hands on our Strange and America Chavez with the help of their universe's Baron Mordo, and this secret team of superheroes let Strange know about their secret. It turns out that Strange 838 had actually become mad with power while fighting Thanos and had destroyed an entire dimension in the process. So one of the Illuminati killed him, and they agreed to display him as a hero. And this can be reflective of our Doctor Strange, because while he's a hero for helping to defeat Thanos, his mistakes and ideals are quite the reverse to that understanding of his heroic actions. So the question we are left with is whether our Doctor Strange will follow a similar route, and is this the fate of all versions of Strange in the multiverse? After meeting Earth 838's Christine Palmer, it's at this point that Wanda catches up with them using the Darkhold, taking over the body of a Wanda in their current universe and killing all the members of the Illuminati. We see Professor X, Mr. Fantastic, Monica Rambeau and Black Bolt all brutally murdered, meaning their versions of these characters won't be staying in the MCU anymore. That doesn't mean that we won't see other versions of them in the MCU's traditional universe, but as cameos from Earth 838, it was quite the disappointing scene. But Wanda ends up destroying the book, taking America Chavez, and sends R. Strange and Christine Palmer of Earth 838 through one of Chavez's accidentally created multiverse portals and into a completely different dimension. So the aim is that she would steal the multiversal traveling powers that America Chavez has so that she can find Billy and Tommy in an alternate universe and be with them forever. And she makes it very clear that she wants to dominate the multiverse in the foreseeable future, because if her children are in danger, she can escape with them to another universe. And this is where the ending of Multiverse of Madness comes fully into motion, because after trapping Strange and Christine 838 in an alternate dimension, we meet another version of Strange, and it's here that he ends up battling a twisted version of himself. It turns out that the evil Strange has already been corrupted by a different Darkhold book, and the version of it in this reality was guarded by this evil Strange. But once he is eventually defeated, our Doctor Strange has to use it to commit an act of necromancy. So he sets up a satanic symbol of candles and uses the magic from this Darkhold to put his consciousness into the body of another Strange in another universe. And that Strange turns out to be the Defender Strange who was killed in the opening scene and buried by Stephen on Earth. So it's yet another example of Doctor Strange using extreme actions to get the job done, potentially symbolising his own downfall at some point too, just like we've seen with multiple versions in this film. Now, as Zombie Strange, he harnesses the power of damned souls to fight Scarlet Witch at her temple, while she is currently transferring the multiversal powers of America Chavez into her own body. But it's revealed that even this zombified Doctor Strange with demonic powers still cannot defeat Wanda. In a final moment, Chavez asks Strange to take her powers instead, but in order to prevent Wanda from getting power, the only way seems to be in convincing her that Billy and Tommy are happy with their version of Wanda in the universe that she wanted to get to. She sees that the children are defending their mother, and it makes our Wanda see through her mistakes. So she has a change of heart and decides that the only way forward is for her to destroy the Darkhold, her sacred throne, and ultimately herself in the process. It's a sad end for her character in Phase 4, and I'm guessing that if she were to come back, that it would be through another version of her, such as the 838 version we saw being possessed by our Wanda. But for now, our Scarlet Witch appears to be dead. And in the final moments, America Chavez and Wong, who helped to stall Wanda during all the climactic events, travel back through the multiverse to reunite with Strange and Christine. And once Strange comes back into his own body, we learn that things won't be the same going forward. The final shot is him walking down a street in New York, and he is hit by the pain and force of something within. And this is answered very quickly in the first post-credit scene. As with every Marvel film, there are post-credit scenes attached, and in the Multiverse of Madness, we get two of them. The first post-credit scene happened right after the closing moments, and it answers that final shot featuring Strange, who had been in quite the amount of pain. Well, during this scene, a third eye opens up on his forehead, showing that the Darkhold has now taken form within his own body, as previously seen with the evil Doctor Strange, and ultimately, he is now corrupted forever. So we're left asking whether there's a way of removing this Darkhold, and whether Strange is on a path to being as evil as the other versions of him are in different universes. But that's not even the main thing that happens in the first credit scene. While walking down a street in New York, Clea, played by Charlize Theron, arrives and tells him that due to his actions, he has caused an incursion and they're going to have to fix it. She tears a hole in reality, Strange reveals his third eye, and they go off into space. An incursion is of course an apocalyptic event that sees two universes clashing, and it's the threat the Illuminati feared with their version of Strange. So Doctor Strange 3 will likely see Strange and Clea taking on a threat that's moving between one universe and another. In the comics, Clea is also romantically involved with Doctor Strange and comes from the Dark Dimension, so it will be interesting to see what route they eventually go down. And finally, the second post-credit scene isn't anything plot related, but more of a fun appearance of someone who's been in nearly every Sam Raimi film. This features Bruce Campbell returning at the pizza place from one of the other universes seen earlier on, where Strange had cast a spell on him and he would hit himself over and over for days. That spell wears off in the post-credit scene, and it's just a fun little reference to the actor, who of course appeared in the Evil Dead films and also all 3 original Spider-Man movies. But yes, it will be intriguing to see what they do with the next Doctor Strange film, and whether they eventually show our version of the character becoming as evil as the other versions seen in this story. I think the end of his journey will involve him overcoming that and not being like the others we see, but I guess we'll just have to wait to find out. But that was my video explaining the plot and ending for Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Like I said in my spoiler-free review the other day, the film was one that I quite enjoyed, but I was hoping for something less messy and one with a bigger essence of Sam Raimi. The plot was quite weak and the choppy editing was way too much at times, but I do really like the visual style of the film and was quite shocked that Raimi's influence on that was at the very forefront of the overall presentation. I am going to see it again to really flesh out my thoughts, but overall, it was a film that I think had more potential. But I hope this breakdown did help some of you guys understand the events and smaller details a bit better, and I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on the film, so don't forget to let me know down below in the comment section. For more breakdowns and content on upcoming MCU releases like Doctor Strange, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like rating and follow me on social media via the links in the description. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.